Hello, my sweet summer children. I'm back with the juice to get you through the long night. Game of Thrones episode 2 is in the books and the White Walkers are outside the gates of Winterfell. So let's break down the season 8 episode 3 trailer and let's talk about what's going to happen in season 8 episode 3. So real quick, what do you think they're going to call this episode? Winter has come, the long night, the Night King? Something clever, I'm sure. Leave your guesses in the comments. Winterfell is under siege. The Night King is there, and the battle is going to be craziness. Characters we love will die. Everyone's going to be fighting. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for, right? This is it. So I'm going to tell you everything that I know so far about the Battle of Winterfell. The battle is set to be directed by Miguel Sapochnik. See if I got that right. He directed some of the heavy-hitting battles of Game of Thrones, Hardhome, the Battle of the Bastards. Game of Thrones has had its fair share of crazy, insane battles, my favorite battle being the Battle of Castle Black. I know lots of people love the Battle of the Bastards, but I love the Battle of Castle Black. All the defenses of the wall were shown, there were giants and mammoths and ghosts was there, and I believe the Battle of Winterfell, if that's what they're going to call it, will top any battle that we have ever seen. But this battle is allegedly going to blow all of those previous Game of Thrones battles out of the water, and any battle on TV for that matter. The battle itself took 55 days to film, so almost 3 months. That's intense. 55 days. That is double the time that it took them to film the Battle of the Bastards. The Battle of the Bastards only took 25 days to film. What goes down in Winterfell is about to be insane. We have Jon, Daenerys, Arya, Jaime, Bran, Sansa, Tyrion, Varys, Brienne, Pod, Tormund, Beric, Dolorous Edd, Sam, Gilly, Theon, Grey Worm, Missandei, Jorah, the Northern Lords, the Knights of the Vale, the Unsullied, Drogon, Rhaegal, Viserion, Ghost, and I believe there will be other wolves and dire wolves as well. They are all going to be working together to defeat the Night King, his White Walkers, Whites, Giants, Polar Bears, and Dragons, and maybe, just maybe, ice spiders. The episode is supposed to be the longest consecutive battle sequence ever committed to film. Currently, that is 40 minutes long, and that's from The Lord of the Rings and it's Helm's Deep. So the Battle of Winterfell is going to be longer than 40 minutes. I think it's going to take up probably the entire episode. When the trailer first starts out, it's like the calm before the storm. The Unsullied and the Dothraki are outside of the gates of Winterfell waiting for that thing that moves in the darkness. It's so eerie. But the Dothraki are leading this shit. It is sport to them. They are on the front lines. The Unsullied are right behind them. They have catapults to launch fireballs at the Whites. But this isn't going to be enough. Jon has already said they don't have enough. Grey Worm slides on his helm and he's looking like he's ready for war and he means business. But I'm really concerned for Grey Worm. He's one of those characters that is truly in danger. I mean, they are all kind of in danger, but Grey Worm is going to be on the front lines. Sansa says the most heroic thing that we can do now is look the truth in the face, which is true, but I wonder what truth Sansa is talking about. The truth that the dead are coming? The truth about Jon? I think she could be talking about Daenerys and maybe talking to Daenerys about Jon or about the army of the dead, and it also resonates with the truth about Jon to Daenerys. Then there is a scene of Jon and Daenerys, and they are on a cliff overlooking the battle. They must be somewhere scouting with the dragons and trying to see what they may be up against. Maybe they are just on a ridge overlooking the battle. It definitely does not look like the battlements of Winterfell to me. It may be the Godswood. The Godswood at Winterfell is 3 acres of forest. They could be literally on a ridge at the edge of the Godswood. They want to be near Bran, but not too near Bran to deter the Night King from coming out. Come out, wherever you are. So Sam the Slayer is on the front lines with the Unsullied. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's not in their formation. So maybe he's just doing some running around like he did during the Battle of Castle Black. Maybe he's going to free Ghost again out of the kennel like he did at the Battle of Castle Black. I'm like 100% sure Sam is going to kill another White Walker. Hashtag Sam the Slayer. Arya and Sansa are on the battlements of Winterfell. I expect Sansa to go down into the crypts. She's not a fighter. And the Lady of Winterfell is expected to be down in the crypts. Like, she needs to go down there and keep the morale good amongst the people like Cersei did in the Battle of the Blackwater. Davos is on the battlements as well. He has a signal he has to give. When Davos gives the signal, they will light a trench. Like a moat of fire will be burning around the castle. Varys is in the crypts. He's no fighter. He's Janos slinting it with Gilly and baby Sam. The crypts are protected by magic. The people in these crypts, they're safe. The crypts are indeed the safest place to be. It makes sense that a lot of people will be down there as the war rages above them. There is a photo of Tyrion in the crypts. You can see the archway and the candles on the ground. It's definitely the crypts. But when we left off, he was on the battlements. And in the trailer, he's actually fighting on the battlements. So somehow, he comes out of those crypts. I hope it's not because Davos falls in battle and can't give the signal, so now Tyrion has to do something or something crazy like that. Tyrion is a fighter, though. I don't expect him to stay in the crypts cowering behind the skirts of women. That's never been Tyrion. However, I do think an interesting conversation could go down in these crypts between Tyrion and Sansa. So Jorah is on the front lines on horseback with the Valyrian steel sword Heartsbane, wielding it in the Lord Commander's honor to defend the realms of men. Jorah is another one of those characters that is in immense danger, more danger than anyone that isn't on the front lines. Jon says the Night King is coming, and he looks shocked, and he's looking up. By this time, he's shedded the fur cloak from this scene, and he's ready for war. He's ready to fight. I think in this shot, he's either seeing the dead run over Winterfell, or he's seeing the Night King arrive at Winterfell. Arya is being chased by someone. It could be random whites, a White Walker, but it also could be someone she knows. She had that moment with Gendry last episode, and I really hope it's not Gendry, but like it might be, because this is Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones loves to build us up and then rip our hearts apart. So more Unsullied, even closer to Winterfell, and it seems that the Night King is bringing a storm with him. It's like the weather's getting bad. The snow is really starting to swirl up. I think this is likely the moment before the whites just overrun them. Beric and the Hound are actually inside the castle, it looks like, and this becomes interesting because the Hound flips around like he hears something. I wonder if he hears Arya running towards him. I wonder if he's gonna save Arya again, or if it's Beric and the Hound that she's actually running from after this scene, after they've already died. I don't know how I'm gonna get through this week. The anticipation for the next episode is absolutely insane. So then we see the Night King on Viserion. Something about Viserion's squeals are so different than the normal dragon. It may just be in my head, but it sounds like literal pain. And the Night King looks like he's ducking his head, like maybe they are hurling shit at the Night King. What's up? Is Bronn down there with like a scorpion? The shot of Theon in the Godswood gives me the chills. I think Bran and Theon are going to have a huge moment in front of the Heart Tree at night in the Godswood.
Everything you did brought you where you are now.
In the books, when Theon is Reek, he has a deep connection with the Godswood. The old gods, he thought, they know me. They know my name. I was Theon of House Greyjoy. I was a ward of Eddard Stark, a friend and brother to his children. Please, he fell to his knees. A sword, that's all I ask. Let me die as Theon, not as Reek. Tears trickled down his cheek, impossibly warm. I was Ironborn, a son of Pike, of the islands. A leaf drifted down from above, brushed his brow and landed in the pool. It floated on the water, red, 5-fingered, like a bloody hand. Bran, the tree murmured. Theon not only wants to die fighting, he wants to die Theon. And when he prays to the old gods whisper back, Bran. If you go back to season 1 Theon saves Bran. That's how Osha is introduced to the story, but while saving Bran, Robb scolds him for it. This was a part of Theon's struggle. This was a big part of his struggle, and this was a big part of his identity crisis, not being fully accepted. But he saved Robb's brother's life, and later he betrays Robb, and Robb is Theon's best friend. And betraying Robb has haunted Theon every day since he did it. And Robb, who had been more a brother to Theon than any son born of Balon Greyjoy's loins, murdered at the Red Wedding, butchered by the Freys. I should have been with him. Where was I? I should have died with him. But Theon will save Robb's brother's life again, echoing the first time he saved Bran in Season 1 when Robb said, "You have no right." This time, Theon has every right, and when he does it, it will be for Robb and for Winterfell. I hope Theon yells out for Robb, like, oh my god, chills. I'm kind of thinking this might be Theon's final act. He will get that stark death, dying with honor in the heart of winter, protecting those you love as the Weirdwood looks down on you weeping tears of blood. But I digress. Theon has a bow, and we know Theon is a master archer, so he could possibly make it. In the books, I believe he's missing too many fingers for this to go down like this, but I get it. Bring on the dramatics. Also, Jon is in the Godswood. You can see the trees beside him, and he whips out Longclaw, and he looks like he's ready for war. This could be the final showdown between Jon and the Night King, and I'm here for it. Kinda. I actually don't think it will be the final moment, though. I don't think the Night King is just defeated here after they devise a trap overnight. I think the Night King is not gonna fall for this trap. I mean, it's implied he's a Greenseer. He's the one that lays the traps. He doesn't step in them. And then Daenerys says the dead are already here. I think she might have spotted her son, Viserion, and it looks like they are about to run. And then we have Brienne saying, "Hold your ground." She's commanding the Lords of the Vale, some Stark forces. It's gonna be juicy, and I cannot wait for it. I am super excited for this episode, but I'm not naive. I know what Game of Thrones is, so I'm gonna watch it with tissues and just may the warrior protect us all. Tomorrow, I will be releasing a video on Jenny of Oldstones and the flowers in her hair and the whole echoes of Summerhall and the ghost of Summerhall, so be ready for that. I had a lot of fun with that one. So what are your thoughts on the preview? And what's gonna go down in Season 8, Episode 3? And what will they call it? As always, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone that supports me on Patreon. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and join the sweet summer family. Okay, my sweet summer children, have a good day.